NBA shooters are the ones that get hyped up the most, yet their work would be impossible without a good rebounder on their team. A rebounder holds the team together on the court, and Dennis Rodman is the most famous one in the game, but was he that good? Keep watching this video to find out as we list down the top 20 rebounders in the history of the NBA. First off at number 20, Dwight Howard's amazing season. Dwight Howard is one of the best defenders of all time. He is a rebounding machine who deserves to enter the Hall of Fame. His 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards and 8 All-Star appearances prove his talent. Dwight won his 3rd consecutive Defensive Player of the Year title in 2011, and the following year, he managed an astounding 14.5 RPG. Despite what critics say, he will go down in history as one of the most important defenders. Coming in at 19, Charles Barkley is an icon. Charles Barkley was often called one of the most ferocious players in the game. Barkley was a fantastic rebounder with a career rebounding average of 11.7 per game and a single league rebounding lead. During the 1987-88 season, Charles averaged 14.6 RPG while playing for the Philadelphia 76ers and was their star player. Barkley excelled at grabbing the rim and boxing out opponents. Very few players in history are as dedicated as him to this sport. Now for number 18, Moses Malone's incredible gameplay. Moses Malone was unshakable in getting rebounds and scoring inside. In the 1980s, his aggression helped him crash the boards, and in 1982, when he racked up an RPG of 14.7 and set a record. Moses even had a season when he averaged 17.6 RPG while playing for the Houston Rockets in 1979. He was a true MVP. For number 17, Rudy Gobert is our latest star. Rudy, who stands at 7 foot 1 inch and weighs 258 pounds, is a fantastic paint defender in the NBA thanks to his height and strength. He averaged 14.7 RPG with the Utah Jazz in the 2022 NBA season and held the league's RPG record at one point. When considering his 2022 season, Gobert ranks among the finest in the sport. Next, at number 16, Andre Drummond is legendary. Andre Drummond cemented his place in the list of the best rebounders in the history of the NBA. He's a fantastic rebounder and will appear a few more times on our list. When he was a part of the Detroit Pistons in 2016, he averaged 14.8 RPG and won his first rebounding championship. Through his hard work, Andre has established himself as a legendary rebounder. Moving on to number 15, the OG rebounder, Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman will also appear on this list quite a lot, and the reason for that is that this player is built differently. Dennis Rodman impressed everyone with his skills in his first season with the Chicago Bulls. He established himself as a genuine star and became a fan favorite. In his 1995-96 NBA season, Rodman averaged an astounding RPG of 14.9. He was an extremely sharp player who was dedicated to improving himself constantly. Up next at number 14, DeAndre Jordan's insane RPG. DeAndre Jordan was an essential part of the Los Angeles Clippers. The center was selected 35th overall in the second round of the 2008 NBA draft and averaged 15 RPG in the 2015 season. Jordan worked hard to establish himself as a defensive ace for Los Angeles, and while he lacked the offensive skills to be a superstar, he excelled at grabbing rebounds, blocking shots, and protecting the basket. For number 13, Dennis Rodman is back. Dennis Rodman, as always, excelled at regaining the ball in his final last dance season with the Chicago Bulls. The Worm played his part as perfectly as he could and assisted Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen in leading the team to their final championship at the end of the year. In the 1997-98 season, he easily averaged an RPG of 15. You could argue that his contribution to the team was more important than Michael and Pippen's. Coming in at number 12, Andre Drummond's incredible 15.2. Drummond averaged a 15.2 RPG in 2020 while playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Detroit Pistons. He was breaking record after record, but his inability to score from further than 5 feet was becoming an issue. Still, he dominated the field as a strong rebounder, averaging 15.8 RPG in 49 games with the Pistons and 11.1 RPG in 8 games with the Cavaliers after being traded. Drummond was always the man you could rely on to turn the game around. Up next at number 11, DeAndre Jordan was a defensive deity. Despite having an astounding 15.2 RPG, DeAndre Jordan wasn't exactly leading the NBA in RPG in 2018 because of some tough competition that year. Jordan was the Los Angeles Clippers' defensive enforcer, and to play at a higher level, the center needed to guard the rim. Unfortunately, Jordan's final full season with the Clippers would be the 2018-19 campaign. Still, he managed to get the 11th best rebounding season in the NBA. Following up at number 10, Kevin Love's best season. In the 2011 season, Kevin Love started gaining popularity for the first time in his career. The power forward started pulling insane stats. He grabbed 15.2 rebounds per game while scoring 20 points per game and shooting 41.7% from beyond the arc. Love excelled at pounding the boards, boxing out opponents with his strong center of gravity to grab rebounds first. It was incredible to watch him grow into a star player. Now for number 9, Moses Malone's winning streak. After his incredible 1982 season, Malone had an even better 1983 season. He brought up his RPG to 15.3 and received the MVP title for the second time. Moses was excellent on the offensive end of the court, and very few people play as well as he did. Moses was a Hall of Fame rebounder and enforcer in the paint who racked up many rebounds yearly. Moving on to number 8, we have the incredible Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace is a member of the Hall of Fame and a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year winner. He was a force to be reckoned with during his prime years. Wallace recorded an incredible 15.4 RPG while playing for the excellent Detroit Pistons and was highly skilled at battling in the paint. Even though Big Ben was shorter than other centers, he played like the tallest man in the room and earned his spot among the best. Coming up at number 7, Kevin Willis rise to fame. Kevin Willis only made the All-Star team once in his career, but that was after having an insane 1992 season. He played the power forward position throughout the year, smashing his previous best mark of 12.9 RPG. His finest statistical year was 1992, when he averaged 15.5 RPG, 18.3 PPG, and 0.7 BPG. While he isn't the most popular player on this list, he was among the best rebounders in the history of the NBA. Not to mention Drummond's 2018-19 season at number 6. Andre Drummond makes a list for the third time with an average of 15.6 RPGs in the 2018-19 season. He accomplished that while playing for the Detroit Pistons across 79 games with 79 starts. The player became the foundation of the Pistons organization. The Pistons tried to maximize the impact of the NBA's top rebounder by giving him some opportunities to score, and it worked in their favor. Up next at number 5, Drummond best season yet. When he was with the Detroit Pistons in 2018, Andre Drummond achieved a very excellent average of 15.6 RPG. The center contributed 1,703 PPG as well, demonstrating that he was a reliable double threat who played within his limitations. Drummond excelled at rebounding throughout the season because he realized his potential in that position. Following up at number 4, Dennis Rodman was a nightmare on the court. Dennis Rodman had a very distinctive playing style. Even though he doesn't pose much of an offensive threat, he was a talented rebounder. When he was with the Chicago Bulls in 1997, Rodman averaged 16.1 rebounds per game. But did you know he was selected 27th overall in the 1986 NBA draft? Given his low selection position, Rodman was not expected to be a defensive superstar, but he worked hard and proved everybody wrong. For number 3, Dennis Rodman's insane season. When Rodman was with the San Antonio Spurs, he participated in 79 games, making 51 starts and averaging 37.8 MPG. His RPG at the time was 17.3. Rodman was exactly what the Spurs needed in terms of an excellent rebounder and defender. Coming in at number 2, Rodman with his 18.3 RPG. As a member of the Detroit Pistons in 1993, Dennis Rodman averaged 18.3 rebounds per game. His 1993 campaign was spectacular because he started 55 of the 62 games he appeared in, continuing to rack up absurd rebound totals. Finally, at number 1, Dennis Rodman is the GOAT. Dennis Rodman topped the NBA in rebounding and broke the norm in the last 40 years with an average of 18.7 RPG. 1991-92 season was his best and is still talked about to this date. Dennis enjoyed studying his opponents before every game and had a unique character, which is why all loved him. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think that Rodman was the rebound GOAT? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.